Episcopal Church of South Sudan consecrates Reverend William Deng as Bishop of Awil Diocese. Azande King Penny raises concern over rising hepatitis B cases in Yambio. And authorities confirm calm in Jopatu residential area after deadly land dispute. Hello, good evening, and thank you for tuning in to SSBC. I am Mathiang Joseph. Our news for tonight begins with the Parliamentary Network for Population and Development chaired by Major Babur has engaged stakeholders in discussions aimed at fostering enactment of reproductive health laws and promoting youth skilling programs as part of nurturing the younger population for the country's shared future. Addressing the opening, Deputy Speaker Pamena Werial encourages active participation among participants to ensure effective outcomes of the forum.
Members, as you are taken through the entire orientation program on the status of population in South Sudan, I urge you to pay absolute attention to our experts that have prepared presentation on this crucial topic. This will enable you to enact proper laws, regulations, and policies towards realization of health population. Healthy population growth leads to empowerment in other sectors. Youth, in particular, are the backbone of the state. Realizing her objectives in sectors such as agriculture, support health sectors, among others.
We believe that sexual and reproductive health rights is not just a health issue, but is the cornerstone of development. So, as a nation, with a health, empowered and informed people in a nation that can prosper. So what do we mean here? Meaning that for us to develop this younger population, we need to strengthen the sexual and reproductive health issues that are affecting our population.
Anena hina gaadina shan population sukan بالعربي population Dana, Inta, Taban, Zakaria, all of us when we are combined and then our population. Then the question is, they are to population, what quality of population do we have? Are we healthy? Are we educated? Do we possess skills? Because Kotor Moya, Kotor Dab, Kotor Petrol, if you are not educated, it is meaningless.
The Episcopal Church of South Sudan has officially consecrated Right Reverend William Deng as a Bishop of Awil Diocese during a solemn ceremony held at All Saints Cathedral. The consecration is expected to strengthen the spread of the gospel, soften hearts across the country, promoting peace and social cohesion among believers. The primate of the Episcopal Church of South Sudan, Most Reverend Dr. Justin Badia Rama, has appealed to political leaders to cease hostilities and engaging in dialogue for the good of the nation. The newly installed Bishop of Awil Diocese, Reverend William Deng, described the consecration as a moment of spiritual renewal for the people of Awil, pledging to serving with humility and dedication.
As an opportunity to come together as bishops to pray for our nation, that God may have mercy, bring again peace and stability in our country, as we remember the displaced in areas of conflict, pleading for immediate ceasefire in our country and encourage the spirit of dialogue.
It is great joy for me, for my family, for the family of the Episcopal Diocese of Abyei, and for the entire nation, that today it is a day that God, the Lord made for us to rejoice, to proclaim, and to the messengers of the gospel, to preach the word of God to our nation. And may peace reign in South Sudan.
Crossing over to Kwajok, the capital of Warrap State, where peace and unity are topping the agenda as a major community crusade dedicated to peace and reconciliation has just concluded, drawing crowds, praying for peace and unity and ending the conflict and building a pool of social cohesion in the region. SSBC's Abraham Felix reports.
A major inter-community crusade focused on prayer, peace and reconciliation wrapped up in Warrap State, drawing support from local residents and government officials alike. Organized by the Church of God for All Nations, the event sought to foster unity and promote a durable peace among communities. The crusade emphasized on healing and solidarity has captured significant public and administrative interest. In his closing address, Warrap State Minister of Peace Building Dem Chair underscored the timing and importance of the gathering, highlighting the community desire for stability.
يلو بجدية ويستفيدوا منها ووصلوها لمحلات اللي انتوا جيتوا منه. محلات جيتوا منه ده يعني محتاج لنصائح زي نصائح سميتوا من القصص. لذلك أنا أوصي إنه يعني خصوا بجهودكم وحكوماتكم هتقفوا معكم إن شاء الله. وأقول مشكورين جدا في البرامج اللي عملتوها وقدمتوا خدمات روحية لأهلنا. دي حاجة كان يعني نحن من الواقع إنه تحصل من كل كنيسة لمجتمعات بتاعتها إنه تكون في قداس في قداس في قداس.
The founder of the church, James Anai, linked the pursuit of peace directly to tangible development, stressing that reconciliation is the essential foundation for effective governance and public services.
Gana sili la yukum bitana hukum jinu Sudan. Tu gana sili la yulisima shab bita jinu Sudan yukum fi wahida. Raham talata kuna gana sili la ajil nihi intaj ziraya wala itisadiyya. Wana belief lekulu zulbu omin arrafa yukuma na mokjisa. Arrabana wuda iman. Lo indak iman bikra iman bitak asirabak ayanja bi ismi somosi. Iman bitak wana belief rabana ayamid edenu le zira bitak ashatan ma takelle wangale chani takun jadi ile an le intaj bita ardi bitak kalina nakuna jadin fi zira.
The conclusion of the crusade marks a continued push by religious and civil leaders to bridge divides and create a harmonious environment for progress in the state. Abraham Felix, SSBC News.
His Majesty Atoroba Penny, the Azande King, raises grave concerns over the rising hepatitis cases among the population in Yambio, Western Equatorial State. The King called on the government to urgently intervene, warning that the increasing spread of the disease poses a grim hazard to lives and threatening public well-being. The appeal comes as the Azande Kingdom prepares to commemorate the 4th anniversary of the restoration of the kingship. His Majesty also encourages South Sudanese to shift greater attention towards the cultivation of cash crops such as coffee, oil palm, avocado, cocoa, and others, stressing their potential to boosting economic development for social well-being of the people of South Sudan.
That historical day is a unique day, not for the Azande, but for South Sudanese, and also people who are not South Sudanese. We have turned it as a day for passing a message of peace within the kingdom and beyond, a day where every ethnic groups within the kingdom participate by making their traditional dances effective. It is a learning day for other people and the indigenous. So that day is a cultural day, not for the Azande, for all ethnic groups within the Republic of South Sudan who are based in Yambio, the capital, the headquarters of the Azande Kingdom. We are going to celebrate the day. Everybody will be there. I'm also calling upon our people to come and
Crossing to Malakal, the capital of Abyei State, where Deputy Governor of Abyei State, Deng Akwei embarked on encouraging churches to continue promoting peace and unity among communities for social and economic stability of the country, saying plans are underway to holding an inter-community dialogue for enduring reconciliation across the state. Kirk urges faithful in a number of churches to strengthen the spirit of reconciliation to recover from the bitterness of war that destroyed the social cohesions among the components of the state.
خرجنا في الكنائس بتاعت مدينة ملكال لغرض توصيل رسالة السلام والتعايش السلمي مجددا بالنسبة لشعوب ولاية العالمين تتكون من 5 قبائل بالإضافة للجنوبيين من مختلف ولاياتهم ساكنين في ولاية العالمين. خرجنا في الكنائس.
In other news, Deputy Governor of Abyei State, Deng Akwei has begun touring government facilities to assessing challenges and finding practical solutions. He urges state officials to work as a team to deliver services as well as promoting peace and reconciliation ahead of December elections 2026 and the conclusion of the transitional period.
غرض من الزيارة دي مسألة تعرف التفكير في المواكبة أي.
Crossing to board the capital of Jonglei State, where Jonglei State Deputy Governor Wilson Wol Gajang encourages the state officials to work as a team in promoting transparency and accountability within public institutions to ensure public resources are used for sustainable development. The State Minister of Information Communication, Yanir, states that meeting reviewed a report from the Minister of Land Housing about the allocation of land to the internally displaced persons in the state.
The acquiring of land by all citizens of Jonglei State. Following in the agenda, under AOB, a briefing report from the chairperson of Resource Mobilization Committee, one of the 3 committees that were formed by His Excellency Dr. Abyei, the Governor of Jonglei State, in the Council of Ministers Extraordinary Meeting number 1 of 2026 to support the internally displaced persons that fled to Tuk and Tujis from the northern part of Jonglei State. The committee visited Juba for the mobilization of resources from stakeholders, intellectuals, and friends of Jonglei State. In the visit, the committee managed to meet with key figures from the national government, starting with Honorable Paul Manyang-Juk, Senior Presidential Advisor, Honorable Michael Makwelwet, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Honorable Mawid Makwach, Minister of Water Resources and Irrigation, Honorable Dinai Chagor, Minister of Wildlife and Tourism, Honorable Atong Paul Manyang, Minister of Trade and Industry, and Mr. Abraham Manyang, a businessman in Jonglei State, who all promised to support the IDPs and the people of Jonglei State. Furthermore, a subcommittee led by the Lord Mayor that have been appointed within the Committee of Resource Mobilization have been carrying out local resource mobilization for food items and non-food items within the town in Jonglei State. The Minister of Physical Infrastructure and Public Utilities mentioned that the IDPs in Onimis will have a land to move to before the rain season. In the council, the Minister of General Education announced to the public that on Monday.
Now, shifting to social news, the acting chief administrator of Abyei administrative area, Major General Rob Deng honors the first cultural and heritage festival of the Magang Shore generation in the Mereng Await chiefdom. All 9 Dinkango clans participated along with the folks groups from Warrap, Northern Bargazal states, and the Ruwing administrative area. Abyei Minister of Information Yanir stresses the Abyei government's dedication to promoting local cultures in order to strengthen peace and unity at the grassroots levels.
عشيرة مرن وتحت المظلة بتاع جيل مقاق الليلة أقاموا يوم ثقافي تراثي في منطقة رانبين. هي واحدة من المناطق بتاع عشيرة مرن. الليلة هم يعني أقاموا هذا اليوم ودعوا فيه كله يعني ممثلين أو كله ممثلين بتاع الأجيال الموجودة في ناق عشان يجي يشاركوا في هذه الاحتفاء وهذه التكريم وهذه المناسبة الخاصة والتاريخي.
ناس واراب بشكر ناس أول بشكر ناس روين شاركونا في أبيي. دول المواطنين ساكنين معنا، ده حاجه كويس، ده ساكنين معنا ووروا ناس لكل زول بعيد. ده انا بيئه ما ساكنوا بيئه براو، كلنا ساكنوا قبائل جنوب السودان، كل زي ما شفتوا قبل في المناسبه قبائل جنوب السودان كل موجودين داخل بيئه. حتى الرجال السودانيه لكن ما جو قاعدين بيتفرجوا. عندنا كمان من ناس استوعبوا فيه، لكن الليله ما جهزوا، لأن ما جهزوا كان مشوا وكان كلمناهم كان جو. كل قبائل في جنوب السودان موجود في هذه المنطقة.
جيل الاسم مقاق يعني ده حاجات من تقاليدنا من بدري كم تمانينات. بدري كنا نسمع على أساس إنه في أجيال كانوا يسموهم، وحسب بيجينا في الأمر الواقع بجد الواحد ما قادر يوصف الفرح مبسوطة بها مبسوطة قدر شنو. أنا على حسب تعبيري إنه كل جيل شاركت معانا حسي حاليا في بلدنا نحن قاعدين فيه، بجد أنا مبسوطة.
Tributes continue to pour in from across the country as the body of Bakita Yanir Deng Dao, the daughter of former Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Deng Dao Deng Malik. Bakita Yanir has been laid to rest in Juba at her family residence. The 22-year-old reportedly passed away suddenly while pursuing her studies in India. Family members described Yanir as a dedicated and sharp-minded woman whose academic excellence inspired many within the family. Friends and relatives have advised the family to remain strong and courageous during this difficult time. Funeral prayers are being held at the family residence in Juba. Shirikant. May her soul rest in peace. Now, authorities in Central Equatoria State confirm calm in Jopatu residential area after deadly land dispute which claimed lives and injured many. The State Security Advisor, Angelo Dyer, called on the residents to report any suspected cases of unlawful demarcation of land. A statement supported by Yuba County Commissioner Emmanuel Tite is born.
Had been claiming himself to be a chief of the area, from today onward must stop, and is not longer a chief. They must stop this name, I'm a chief or sultan. No more demarcation. The security will be alert anytime. Wherever the criminals are hiding themselves, our forces will definitely arrest them, and we know their location, and we will not leave them. We are urging our community to come back to their houses. Let them feel free. The government are in control, and we will continue.
La kazi balga delta min tiada. Espele mayo. Our selling opposition. Yeah, the one attack Jopatu. I think this is a foolish and baseless information. So I urge the citizen not to listen to the rumors that come from anti-peace people. So that call themselves SPLM-IO. They did not attack Jopatu. It was a dispute on land issues between Group A and Group B. So they fought each other. Then they got injured on both sides. They also lose. So we arrest the situation together with organized forces. The peace has come to Jopatu, and we deployed the joint operation to monitor and also to
The Commissioner of Malut County, Duke Deng, joins members of the Sudan Interior Church for Sunday Mass at a referendum residential area, praising the role being played by the church in promoting peace and unity for national stability. Deng also explained that health, education, development are key priorities in the Malut County government's work plan.
والساعة أبغى أقول أستاذ رمضان رسالة بتاع كويس نتمنى نمشي المقاطعة نمشي نشوف التحديات بتاع التعليم شنو التحديات بتاع الصحة والبطاقس واحد جدا من الصحة ولما مشينا هناك أنا بدي نشوف بعدها بنيجي نقدر نبين درجات نيجي نقدر واحد بقول لهم والله ده أنا بعمل وده أنا بعمل في ناس بقول لهم أنا بعمل لسه التحدي هناك ده شنو لكن أنا جاي عشان نبدأ نشوف التحدي عشان نشوف التحدي.
That's it from me and the team. I am Mathiang Joseph, and thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for more programs coming up.